Hi everyone, my name is Jeff Starr and this is my channel, Not Bad Films. I make videos about music and whatever else I feel like talking about. And today I'm going to be talking about 5 ways that you can work to improve your speed when playing guitar. Now for me, this is a very real challenge that I've been dealing with on a different instrument, but it's very much relates to the guitar, and I'll just briefly explain what that's about. One of the goals of this video is I want to show how you can take these ideas and move beyond just me talking about them, but also sort of show them sort of in actual use. I want to show sort of their universal nature. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this on the sitar, which is an instrument I'm learning. I've been taking lessons in this for about 8 years, but this last year has been, I haven't done enough practicing as much as I would like, and I'm struggling. I've sort of gotten slower and I need to rebuild my speed, and so this seemed very appropriate. So these are those 5 things that I've been doing, and they very much relate to the guitar. And so if you're looking as a beginner or intermediate guitar player and you want to get better and faster guitar, these are things I would really recommend thinking about. And if you're another sitar player or student, this is helpful too. Number 1, get a metronome. This is actually pretty easy to do if you have a smartphone, which I think pretty much everyone does these days. Get a metronome app. Make sure that you're playing accurately. You know, I think that a lot of people think that they can play consistently, and they either start speeding up or they start slowing down. And if you start a song at 120 beats per minute, and then by the end of the song you're trying to play at 160 beats per minute, because you've just sped up because you're excited and you don't have a sense of that rhythmic clock, the quality of your playing is going to go downhill because you might not be used to playing at that speed. So first things first is get a metronome and practice with a metronome. Talk about having a metronome on your smartphone. In my case, there's an app I use called iTabla Pro. I'll just play it so you can hear for a second. Now that's playing at 200 beats per minute. That's my goal. That's where I'm trying to get up to. But it's difficult. The phrase that I'm struggling with right now, moving down the scale from a high note down with 2 accents. So the metronome is key. The metronome allows me to have a very set tempo that's very strict, that's not going to waver, that I can practice against. If it's 150 beats per minute, great. That gives me something to play and build a consistency with. Number 2. Now that you have your metronome, find out what tempo you can play at comfortably. Take that, and if you can play, let's say it's a riff you're working on. If you can play the full thing at 70 beats per minute, really good, but maybe that's really slow. Make sure you can do that like 5 times in a row perfectly, and then go from 70 beats per minute and raise it to 75, and then play that till you can do that 5 times in a row really well, then go up to 80, and then 85, etc. Slowly chip away at increasing your speed, as you can't just rush it. You got to be able to do it consistently before you can start going faster. All right, so I've hit my new speed roadblock, the area where I am not able to continue increasing the speed with the metronome. So this is 180 beats per minute. So what you can hear is that I am occasionally lucky and I can get one through at tempo, but I'm not able to include the accents. And of course, the 2 elements together are what I need to be able to play this correctly. Number 3, train your left hand and your right hand separately, but also train them together. I can play something with my right hand pretty fast, maybe faster than I can do it with my left. And so what I have to do is come up with exercises that are just doing this with my left hand, to just work on those techniques and speed that up. Then after you've done that for a little while, work on maybe another riff or element or technique exercise where you're combining both hands at the same time. So in my right hand, the problem I'm having are the accents. So I might look at what are ways that I can just train this hand a little bit more exclusively on building that strength and that technique. Maybe it's putting an accent on every other note. Or maybe it's on every note. So once I've had some time to practice this, element of this hand that's tripping me up, this downstroke, then I can start looking at how can I work on building up speed and accuracy with my left. Because you've practiced them separately and given the muscle memory time to sort of build on those sides, you'll be able to play the two things together, but now you need to sort of meld them, and you do need to practice them together again. Number 4, once you get stuck, and this will happen, you might be trying to play a certain guitar riff, but you just can't get any faster when you try to do the two hands together. Maybe you're just stuck, and you've hit that plateau, and you're feeling really frustrated. First, take like a 2-minute break, 5-minute break, whatever. Don't go crazy. Keep your sanity. Oh, I'm crazy, Jeff. I've lost my mind. Oh, yes. Is take your metronome and make it a lot faster. Maybe too fast. And that's too big of a jump. Like, you won't be able to play it at that speed. You know you won't. Now you make a different goal. Now you say, all right, I'm going to play through this, and it's going to be sloppy, and it's going to be a mess. But I'm going to try to make sure that I come in on 1, the first beat. I'm going to play the full thing. And on my last note, boom, I'm on the correct beat. Just worry about trying to get those correct spots in the measure, the sort of main goalpost of that riff. Hit that. It's really sloppy. Hit the next one. Hit the next one. Just so you can start feeling that tempo. After you've done that for a little while, you've sort of had a little fun. You sort of got away from your craziness. Slow it back down. Go back to where you were. Because you've been playing at the super fast pace and you've been hitting those important key beats in your phrase, you'll be able to look at and feel the where you were struggling differently. For me, in my experience, has always been a really great tool to be able to move beyond and actually get it right. Last we were here, we were at 180 beats per minute, and I've sort of been practicing that for a bit. I'm going to go back up to 200. I feel very confident that I cannot play it at this speed. So right now I'm obviously struggling to play this at tempo, but my goal is to try and make sure I'm hitting those accents properly where I can, and focusing not so much on what's in the middle, but just focusing on the beginning and the end. Now what's in the middle is still a lot of a mess, but I'm able to get from the beginning to the end at this fast speed. So now as I go back and I lower the tempo to where I'd left off, I'm going to have that mental confidence to feel that, well, I know I can get through this because I could do it at the fast speed. I just now need to worry about sort of what's in the middle. Number 5. This is no great secret, but take the tricky sections, the part that you're struggling with, and play them in isolation. Find that few notes you struggle with, maybe it's 3 notes, and that you keep tripping over, and just play that part over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. And then maybe make it 4 notes. To add the next note, da-da-da-da-boom, da-da-da-da-boom, da-da-da-boom, whatever that is, and now try to add the 5th note, or the next measure, or the next whatever little tiny bit is that you can tack on. You do not have to try and learn an entire full thing at the entire tempo that you want to get to. All right, let the other sections wait and just play that one part over and over at that tempo, or slow it down. Do that, trick of playing it 5 times in a row. Okay, now get a little faster. Now get a little faster. Now get a little faster. Then you can start adding that back into the full whole breath of the riff and the whole thing you're trying to learn. Okay, so now we have our tricky sections. How to, these areas that have been tripping me up or you up on whatever you're practicing. So a couple things that I've done. I just went like this. Which is in some ways was me building up this hand, but also playing it in isolation. And of course I practiced it with the metronome and did it as fast as I could. And then of course I added to it. right, so if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Leave me a comment if I missed something or if you disagree with something. All right, and I have a Patreon if you really like this channel and you want to help support me making more videos. And as always, a huge, tremendous thank you to all of the patrons who do contribute because you make making these videos possible. All right, thank you so much. Happy practicing.